Hello everyone, welcome to Campus 101 exam series. Today we're going to be studying article writing in English language. This is a sure questions in your exams, there is no doubt. 100% they are going to ask you to write an article in your exam. The question now is, what is the topic of that article? Alright, so and that's what we're going to tackle today. But we don't even need to know the topic. What we need to know is to have the structure of writing a solid article. When you have the structure, you are good to go. So what is this structure of writing a superb article? Like everything, like every living organism, an article must have 4 parts. What are the parts? An article must have a title. It must have a head. It must have a head. The next thing is an article must have an introduction. It must have an introduction, or what I call a neck. Alright? Have a neck, have an introduction. Then it must have a body, because that body is what exactly you want to say in the article. The last bit of the article is that every article should have a conclusion. Every article to have a conclusion. So it must have a head, a body, it must have a head, a neck, a body, and a tail. Alright? So if you give your article a head, alright, a neck, a body, and a tail, then you have a full and a solid article. What matters now is here is at the title you put the topic of your article. The introduction, you write one solid paragraph to tell them what you want to tell them. Then the body, you write the supporting paragraphs to your title and your introduction, and then you conclude by telling them what you've already told them during the article. So this is the structure of an article. All right. So if you follow this, now let me take a simple example from. Let's just create an example here. I'm not even going to bring any example from anywhere. So assuming I asked you now, the article in your exam is write an article about the importance of using video tutorials in preparation for your exam. Article suitable for publication in the newspaper about the importance of using videos like the Campus 101 exam series to prepare for your exam. How do you go about that? The first thing that every student will go about it is here. You just go with using video lectures to prepare for examinations. And this forms our title. Alright? The next thing we're going to talk about in our article writing is the introduction. So I can go something like this. Preparing for examination at the SSC level is a difficult process. It involves countless of hours of reading, studying, going for lectures, and burning the midnight candle. This process is so difficult that most students do all this and do not pass. However, with the use of video tutorials, we found that it is easier. Students can carry their books everywhere because everything is on their phone and in the internet. They can use these videos and then they can pass. That can be my introduction. You understand? So now we have a title, we have an introduction, and start going to the body. Use of videos on phones is easier to carry around. You can use it every time of the day. You don't have to depend on your teacher always. And then you like that, then you begin to explain your point, and then onwards, and then you conclude. In conclusion, video tutorials, video lectures are a very helpful guide in writing examinations, and they should be encouraged in every learning environment. With these, my friends, you have a title, you have a body, you have an introduction, you have a body, and you have a conclusion. And with that, we are done with our article writing. Alright, so it doesn't matter if the topic is how to bake pancakes, or how to do anything. Alright, so with these, we have the structure of our article writing. Now, an important point I want to tell you: how do you count your words? Because most of your articles, they will ask you for 450 words. Now, how do you count your words? The way we count our words is very simple. We don't go and start counting 1, 2, 3, 4. No. That is in the Stone Age. Alright. Now we know that there are lines on our answer booklet. Alright. There are lines like this on our answer booklet. So what a smart student will do is you count the number of words you have written per line. The average students write about 8 to 10 words per line. Alright. So assuming I write 10 words per line. Alright. Then I count the number of lines that I've written. Alright. If I'm writing 10 words per line, that means 10. How many lines do I need for the exam? Basic mathematics will tell you that you need 45 lines to write the exam, to write 450 words. So you don't go counting the single individual words you've written. You just go and count the number of lines that you have written, multiply it, and then you have your 450 words. So this is how we do our word count. Now, things you must never do when you are writing articles, when you are writing an English exam or any exam for that matter. One, do not use shorthand. Shorthand, all right? You know, we're in the era of text message where we abbreviate everything. Someone can say you, see. So this can be I see you coming home. No, you cannot. These are 3 alphabets. These are not words. So when you are writing your article, make sure you are wary. Do not use shorthand. The second thing you must never do when you are using your writing your article, do not write acronyms. All right. So for example, you want to say JAMB. All right. We know this is JAMB you mean, but you cannot write abbreviations. Before you use an abbreviation, you must make sure that earlier on you have told us that JAMB means Joint Admission Matriculation Board before you use this. All right. So you never use acronyms. The next never in the exam is, please do not use pidgin English, do not use vernaculars or things that your examiners will not understand. All right, so use simple words that everyone can understand. All right, and then the next advice I will give you, and this one is on a personal note, is this: be fast. Do not bother about your handwriting. Just make sure that your handwriting is clear. So the first one is be fast so that you do not waste time. The second key advice is what? Be clear. You don't have to be beautiful, but you have to be clear. Your handwriting must not be fine, but it must be clear. So be fast, be clear, and then the last thing I'm going to tell you is what? Be simple. A wise man said, simplicity is the hallmark of genius. If you are simple, if you can explain it in simple words, you don't need highfalutin words. You don't need to cram the dictionary before you pass your English exam, all right? So be fast, be clear, and be simple, all right? So you can express yourself, and then you are done. Once again, as a matter of summary, article writing is 100% sure in your exam, as I told you earlier. For what we need to make an article complete, all we need to make an article complete is one, we need a what? We need a head. When we finish doing the head, the next important thing is we need an introduction, all right? And I told you how to write an introduction. The third thing is we need a body, all right? So when you make a body for your article, then the last and not the least, and the final piece to your puzzle is you need a conclusion. So that way we are done with our article writing, all right? So practice, and see you with distinctions in your exams.